Hey YouTube, 6200 here, back again with another video. Um, I'm gonna keep it going. Married Man Advice 101. And today, I thought we could talk a little bit about the kind of advice I would give to my younger self, or basically to any other young man, right? So, 43, I'm 43, 10 years married, um, 15 years together with my wife in total. Right? So we've been together for 15 years. And a couple of kids, three to be precise. So, some advice I would give to myself. Um, Number one, I would say don't go to a traditional college and major in anything business related. Quite frankly, I think, and who could have seen it coming, right? To get a job in today's typical business market, and I do sales, you really don't need a business degree for that. I think if you're going to do any type of high level business career, get something very specific, something that requires some kind of licensure skill set. So something that requires maybe a CPA if you're going to do maybe say economics. Get your PhD in economics, maybe work for an economic think tank, something along those lines. Even getting a JD, and basically becoming a lawyer. You can do a whole swath of things, business being one of them. So you don't need just some generalized, bachelor's of science in management, global business. You really don't need that. It's completely useless. Um, that's what I would say for the young man that is looking at a career in business, right? More importantly, I would say even kind of veer away from that. Focus much more on this skill set. The skill set is something that you can use not just here in the States, you can use it pretty much anywhere on the planet. So if I can talk to my 18-year-old self, I would say, self, uh, take the opportunity that you had. Go to, I had a passion for pursuing aviation, and I wish I would have stuck with that. Actually had the opportunity to pursue both a uh, bachelor's degree and a pilot's license all at the same time and for free. And I mucked that up. So I would say, self, don't do that. Instead of going to some D1 university because you want to have a social life and you want to be around the girlies, no, no, skip all of that. Uh, Pursue that career in aviation, get that specialty training, get the pilot's license, um, and that's something that I absolutely would have done or would do if I could reverse time and go back. I would absolutely do that. Being 18 and embarking on that kind of career, who knows? I could be a commercial pilot right now, doing something I absolutely love and have never put down personally. I've always followed aviation since I was a child. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it, but I knew that I always wanted to be a part of the aviation community. And I find myself a lot of times, watching, pilot blogs and pilot videos and all this other kind of thing. And I think having that as a skill set, being able to live that aviator life, that's something that I would have absolutely thrived in because I would have loved doing it. So that would be my advice. Find a skill set, especially if it can coincide with a passion that you have. Pursue that. Put aside your ambition for wanting to be around the females. Put aside the ambition for wanting to have a social life. That's literally not going anywhere. You can always have a social life, and you don't need to just hit the clubs and go to college parties, and that you can have a social life anywhere. think about the rest of your life, what you want to do with the rest of your life, reverse engineer that, right? Where do you want to be at 55? Establish that as a picture and then work backwards. And that is the advice I would have given myself. Now, how would that translate to, let's say, maybe a family life? Well, being a pilot, let's say if I would have started, in my 20s, at this juncture, I would have been a pilot for roughly, 20 years. So I would have been pulling in um, great money, you know, presumably, great benefits. Like I said before, doing what I love in the field that I've always followed and had absolute interest in. Um, and it would have also still provided a great home work balance, right? Where I would have built my family. The only thing, though, that I would say is it's more beneficial to build your family outside of the continental United States. So that's where I'm based. Um, I would absolutely do that. And being a pilot is one of those areas of expertise that would allow you, in fact, to live elsewhere. So not only could you earn your living, but you can also build your family, and you can even choose a particular, region or country, a culture, um, that would really kind of support that, right? Especially something that's more patriarchal, where you being a pilot, you having this skill set, um, you holding this particular position or status, kind of reinforces the gender roles and the gender norms. And that's something that you will absolutely need as you grow in your life as a man. Nothing makes that more noticeable than when you actually do grow as a man and you're in an environment like the U.S. American environment where holding any significant, status as a man, you don't always necessarily get rewarded for it. You can actually be punished for it, right? You want to be in an environment where your wife understands that she's your wife and that's what she wants to be. She wants to be your wife and mother of your children. And it's not to say that, you know, there's no importance of her working or anything like that, but there's no culture that's pushing her to pursue a career as opposed to being a homemaker for your family, right? That's the kind of environment you want to be intentional about. And if you are watching this and you are a young man, you have the opportunity to craft the rest of your life based on the kind of career you want to pursue and whether or not you want to build a family and where you should actually grow and maintain that family. And I would seriously think about pursuing something like that if I was talking to the younger version of myself or just any young man out there. So just something to think about, fellas. Married man advice 101. Signing off.